Hi, I am Rakesh from Bollywood Flash, and welcome to Bollywood Flash. And what do you want to say about this situation? The situation is going on in our country, and what do you want to say about it? Like pandemic and all.
Well, first of all, I want to say that I want everyone who's watching to stay strong because, as a country, we are going through a very difficult period at this moment.
Right.
But I'm sure that we can pull through it for sure. And my prayers, my thoughts and everything goes out to all the people, because I know a lot of people who are suffering from COVID, but a lot of people are recovering, so just stay strong. Social distance, and let's get through this together. That's all I can say. And donate to wherever you can. I've donated to plenty of charities, including the one Priyanka Chopra had put on Instagram. So that's all I can say really. Just stay strong and we'll get through this together.
Right. Also, you are a footballer and actor also. So, what do you want to say about the football part and how you got the chance to play in English Premier League as an Indian?
Alright, okay, so basically what happened is when I was 15 years old, I have family in London and stuff, so I was scouted by a professional team. I was playing for an amateur team, but what stood me out there was I was the only 15-year-old in a men's football team, so everyone was like 27, 28, 30, like a men's team, and I was the only kid, and I was the best player on the pitch. So from there I got scouted, and I was the only Indian person in the team, right? Like, for example, in England, there's barely any. There are people of Indian origin, but not as much as you'd expect. So then I just got scouted from there, and then I got signed to a professional club like Southend. Then I got to Brentford, and for all these football clubs, I was still the only Indian-born player to be playing in all the teams. There was never any. There were English people, Brazilian people, Portuguese people, but I was always at every football club that I went to at a professional level. Whether it be League One, Championship, or any team, I was always the only Indian-born professional because I was that good, right? So, and I used to work harder than everyone else, as you can see in my previous interviews and whenever my coaches have spoken about me. So, yeah, that's the quick story about that,
We are all proud of you for this.
Oh, thank you so much. It's very kind of you to say.
Right. And what do you want to say about the Bollywood? How you step into Bollywood?
Okay, so Bollywood, see, as a footballer as well, I was always a born entertainer. Does that make sense? Like, I always liked doing difficult things, like being the first Indian-born player to be playing in a top professional team. I always like to look at, difficult careers to get into, not the easy way, because that's just how I'm built. So even Bollywood, for me, for example, my family live in India. So once I was done with football, there's two kings in India. One is Bollywood and one is cricket, right?
Oh.
I'm sure we both can agree on that.
Right.
So for me, everyone always told me that I had what it took to be in, the film industry, like whether it be Hollywood or Bollywood. And when I was doing football, I also was doing my acting course as well in London, like for example, at a place called Pinewood Studios where James Bond is shot and things like that. So that's when I realized I have I have what it takes to be an actor at the top level. So that's when I thought, once I'm done with football, let me try breaking into the Bollywood industry. And it's not easy, as everyone knows, but especially like me, who's not coming from a film background. But if I can be the first Indian-born professional footballer in a place like the UK, for me breaking into Bollywood is along the same lines, right? Difficult, but I can do it. No worries.
Right. We have heard so many rumors about you that you have signed Dharma Production film. Can you clarify this? Have you actually signed Dharma Production film?
Well, I can neither confirm nor deny. Because I am bound by. I'm not supposed to say because as you know in Bollywood, all the production houses they want to do the announcements themselves, right? For example, so there's plenty of rumors going around. But what I can confirm is definitely in one of the big top 5 production houses that does the big films over here. That's why this has caught so much, you can say, fire in the news, you can say. So maybe not. I can leave it at that.
Wow. And any particular director you want to work in future, like as a dream, or who is your favorite director in Bollywood?
In Bollywood, right? For example, like if you talk, so I would say personally, like the first name that comes to my mind is Sanjay Leela Bhansali.
Wow.
Like I do watch Indian films. Like, I do watch all sorts of films, but the one director that comes to my mind straight away is him, because just not only his track record, but his method. Like, he brings out a certain character in an actor, and he makes you perform. And he's very picky about his films, right? So it's a very I'm very interested in seeing how it is to work with him and the kind of film, like the direction that he has. So that's the first thing that comes to my mind.
Right.
That I can
And
say.
also, you are taking workshop in LA. So, how is it going? And tell us about the experience of workshop in Bollywood's film.
All right, brilliant. Okay, so in LA, I'm working with Michelle Danner, who is basically, she's worked with all the Hollywood A-listers, and she's worked with, like, I'll give you an example, Henry Cavill, who plays Superman, who is in the Witcher series. Then she's worked with, I think, Salma Hayek and plenty of A-listers. So I'm really looking forward to it, because my style of acting is, I think I'm very built for Bollywood as well as Hollywood. And I can't say that's the same for every sort of person in Bollywood, if that makes sense. And also, Priyanka Chopra is the, I think, only female actress from Bollywood who's gone to Hollywood and has had a big role in movies, right? I know Irfan Khan is as well, right? Irfan Khan has done a great job in Hollywood as well, but I think it's about time, like, someone from Bollywood goes and becomes a lead in a Hollywood film. So I think I'm that person. And I know I'm that person because I have that style. I have what it takes, So that's why that's why I'm doing the acting workshop in Hollywood, and I just want to keep improving, keep getting better, and be a lead man in Bollywood and in Hollywood. Take over the world, that kind of thing.
Right. Since you said your family stays in India, so do they feel proud on you? Like, you have worked with like big footballers, and now you're stepping into Bollywood and also doing Hollywood, so they feel proud on you?
Yeah, of course. My family are very proud. My family are very supportive. See, I wouldn't be where I am without my family. Like, it's as simple as that, right? They've always supported me along the way.
Right.
And as I said, I'm not from a Bollywood background, okay? So, it's very, I was always very lucky, very fortunate that my family have always supported me. And you know how difficult it is to get into Bollywood, right? With all the nepotism talks and all these kind of things. It's super difficult. But I can elaborate on that as well if you want. But no, it's very difficult, and I'm very glad to know that I've got their support. And they're very proud. And I just put my head down. I stay focused. I work hard, and I try and pave the way. I want to be that kind of guy who works super hard and opens doors for other people as well, following along the way. That kind of thing.
Right. Since you said nepotism is there in Bollywood, so have you faced anything like that? Since you are not associated much with Bollywood, you are debuting with big production house. So have you faced anything like this?
It's I'll tell you what, right? If you want to know, like, in terms of what I feel about nepotism in Bollywood, in Bollywood it works like this, right? If you're from a movie background, or like if you have a famous last name, for example, it is going to be relatively easier for you to get at least a breakthrough role, and through connects and stuff like that. But at the same time, I feel that it's not entirely their fault, because for example, when my news came out about my rumors, a lot of people in the comment section were like, who is this guy, right? So I think in a good way, the Indian audience is changing now with all the Netflix series and everything's come out. People are like kind of like watching even unknown actors, as long as they act well in stuff. But the thing is, the reason nepotism was so popular before is because people would rather, like, even now, for example, even though people are, I'm sure a majority of people would rather watch Shah Rukh Khan's son debut than me debut. Does that make sense? Like, it always adds to that name, but people are changing, and it is shifting away from that paradigm. So nepotism does exist because, it's kind of like supply and demand when you think about it, right? I'm just giving you a straightforward answer, right? It is supply and demand. So I kind of get it, but at the same time, I see the change, and it's the change for the good. And I haven't faced anything personally because I'm the sort of guy who doesn't really care. Like, I'll do whatever I need to. I'll take the steps required to, I even break into this industry. It's not been overnight. It's just, I've just tried to be smart and, work, and also try and meet the right people, connect with the right people, and like audition in front of the right people. And that's I just get things done. Like no excuses. And I just find a way to do things. And fortunately, so far, I've got an opportunity. So let's see where that opportunity takes me.
Right. Also, want to know that have you auditioned for this film, or have you got this project like with this production house?
Yes, I did audition. I can't say much about it, but let's just put it that way. I was called into a meeting, for example, to meet the guys who are doing this movie and everything like that, and they're a very big company, etc. And what happened was, it was meant to be a normal meeting, but then literally one of them said, I want to see your acting like skills right here, right now. And they said, act as if you're dying, like, for example.
Right.
But me, for example, I've actually done my acting course and stuff. I've been in this sort of environment. So literally, in a flip switch of a second, I went from a normal meeting mode to doing a scene where I'm acting, that sort of thing. It lasted about I think about 3 minutes or so, and no, they were so impressed, because they were like, what got me into this film was my acting. Like, that's what they said. They saw that acting, and they're like, you know what, this guy has something right here, because to do it at the flip of a switch and to do that sort of acting skill. So it's purely my acting that has got me this opportunity. And I mean, I can say my acting was so good it didn't matter who I was.
Wow. And why Bollywood before Hollywood?
Sorry, can you say that again?
Why Bollywood first before Hollywood?
See, I keep
debut.
my options open. Let me be honest, but I keep my options open. But the opportunity first came to me in Bollywood, so I'm not very picky, if that makes sense. I'll do Hollywood first, I'll do Bollywood first.
Right.
I got my opportunity first in a Bollywood film, and now that I'm breaking into Hollywood, I might get an opportunity there. So it's not really a preference, but like, my family live here, and I've been watching Bollywood movies growing up, right? So I would never say no to any opportunity, but I'm kind of like, glad that the Bollywood film has come first,
Wow. And any future projects, like do you want to produce or direct the film, if you would like to share with us?
Yes, absolutely. As an actor, directing is also part of it, and I've had experience, like, during workshops and stuff, doing directing. I'd definitely like to produce and direct later down the line, but first I need to become a very successful actor, and let's see how it goes along the way. But yes, I do have some projects lined up for Hollywood as well, which I can't talk much about, but that's going to be very big as well. So that's the reason this news is caught on fire, because not only am I doing big projects here, but I've also got some stuff in pipeline in Hollywood as well. And I look forward to being the first Indian male lead actor to also break through into Hollywood, paving the way for everyone, and putting us on the world map. Let's just say, I'd love to be in a Marvel film, Marvel, DC, that sort of thing. So it's going to be big. Trust me, big things are coming.
Wow. Thank you so much for talking to us, and all the best. Any message you would like to give to audience who are watching you?
All right. Okay. Thank you so much for also this interview. But my message would be to the audience is, guys, stay strong, and we are going through a very tough time. So stay strong and look after each other. Donate wherever you can. And in terms of me, what you see is what you get, and what you don't is better yet. There's some big things coming, and watch this space. And you'll be seeing me on the big screen very soon.
Thank you so much for talking to us, and all the best.
Thank you so much, and we'll speak to you soon. Thank you.
Thank you so much.